Yo, it's Moss 808 brought to you by the Esoteric Soul G, mapping out the astrological alignment so you're aware of the energies that you are all encompassing as you are following your moral compass. And these transits, we have the moon in Cancer and the sun in Pisces. So this is a water trine. So this is initiating a new way to feel or care for your dreams and imaginations relative to the associations and the guiding waters of our fixed mentalities and our associations. So we are caring about where our imaginations and dreams are being directed in, how we can protect that and shelter that while we are pushing out that energy. And the energy that we are pushing it out to is our intuition, our clairvoyance, our spirituality, our dreams and imaginations or delusions. But you're caring about a delusion, so you're working on bringing that mothering energy so it's relatable to everyone, so it is more of a comfortable delusion that you can sit in with the Saturn and Neptune with the responsibilities and ushering in that grandfather and the spoiled daughter dynamic going on there. And then Neptune is in the middle right there, so when you're nestling back into your comfort zone of your dreams and illusions, being comfortable, right? And so we have a grand T square at this moment again, coming back around. Last time it was Capricorn building and having the status and then expressing that vision. Now it's about getting out of your comfort zone and expressing your emotions to others so others see where you're coming from, not just the vibe or the energy that you are presenting, that they can actually get close to you, and you can either lead in an independent way, and also that you are initiating the vibe and comfort via the South Node, and not just talking about it, not just looking at two sides, bringing these sides together, so it can be something that you can discuss privately, so that it doesn't have to be you looking for that balance or stability openly with that sense of diplomacy, and vice versa. The way that we are relating and balancing ourselves is through communication. So you have to open up more so that those waters, so add that heat so those waters can evaporate and become a vision that people can connect to with this energy now on the North Node, sharing the space that we are consciously aware of and sharing space. These are two signs right next to each other, so it can be too much friction if too much energy is moving back and forth, or it can be stale and rigid if these energies aren't moving enough. So this is like putting an end to something for an imagination to be birthed, or something to be birthed out of an imagination, out of a delusion. You busting out of your bubble and popping out and expressing like, hey, this might not be reality, but at least I'm having the discipline and a routine into it that is leading into more of your spirituality and your spiritual path. And then that Chiron energy is right there, that wounded healing, serving as a lesson for others to learn from, so that when you are expressing yourself and it come across as a mistake, anytime something new is born, it's stumbling, it's fumbling around, it's innocent, it is still has that wisdom, because it's still being the first of something coming from the esoteric realm, a new generation, generational planets ushering that in once it starts to learn from us and things of that nature. But so we have that water trine, that T square, we have that sextile to Lilith and Virgo, sextile to Taurus, Jupiter and Uranus. So the sextile between these already trining aspects is going to be like you're initiating a new wave to feel comfortable about an embarrassing moment, or something that you were going hard for as far as analyzing and over critiquing, but you were over critiquing this for the starting point, your privacy, a place that you were comfortable and safe, but you were relating that idea is you going into, okay, now you're putting this energy into practical forms. Now you are strategizing. Now you are implementing with other people, and this isn't the status Capricorn. This isn't the value of I have. This is marketing. You gotta be willing to compromise, because cardinal signs can be controlling, and mutable Virgo can be controlling as well, controlling how you ask for so much criticism and they give it to you, and then you take out the details in that, just looking for the details. So that sextile there is something to be watchful for, even if it's something like, I'm making this video a little late, so me misunderstanding that understanding, on the third decan and things of that nature, it has that point right there. But sextiling Jupiter and Taurus, expanding on your values in the unconventional way, unconventional area, or making a crafty spaceship that has got all these ridges from flowing through this mundane situations in life, gathering this knowledge, gathering this value of its spiritual experiences. But then, it's going through times where like Taurus is I have, so it's material, but also like a bill, something that has value, something that requires maintenance. It might switch up a routine and pattern. It might rebel against another routine or form that you have, aka to try and so you have the gift of being consistent with that, and consistent despite the embarrassing moments. But it's sextile, so it's opportunities for those things to take place there. This in conjunction to Mars and Venus in Aquarius. This is a natal I have, Aquarius Sun, Cancer Sun, Aquarius Moon. So misunderstanding, like caring for humanity with an idea in the collective, but not like in the individual person. But Cancer is, or your passions and motivations and desires, or associating or disassociating. So wanting to go hard with a sense of communication. Is Mercury's in at the late degrees before it enters Pisces, so it's gonna be debilitated. But I was gonna say it was gonna have some help, but Cancer ain't gonna be there to help. Unless you're talking about some asteroids or something. But yeah. So you got is next to Cancer is next to Leo. So misunderstanding your passions and motivations, dealing with something, a status that you have, and taking that status out and working with that status and attaching it to different associations, but not being a part of one thing, separating and being unique with your passions and motivations of what you go hard for. It's talking about what you go hard for. It's gonna be a misunderstanding between nurturing your dreams and illusions. Like, it's that trying that gift, but it's like, to work with that gift, you gotta go through that misalignment, that misunderstanding that sets you on bumping into associating with someone where it's not comfortable, or it may be comfortable, but it's not feeling homey or familiar. You just gotta go with the ties that you have initiated, and go with the different spectrum of the waters from that cup, from that Capricorn, because it's the vase, and it's earthy, and it's grounded, and it's from a space of depth, like it's ruled by Saturn and Uranus, so rebellion and revolution. So it's revolutionizing type of water. When two creeks and oceans come together, and earth gets mixed in, and all these stuff turns into muddy in the vase itself, but it's still the esoteric realm. You don't really have nothing to stand on, where it's not any sextiles for Cancer with the earth energy to stand on. But so be aware of that during this time, as far as trying to associate yourself with ideas and things, or the things that you care about. Because sometimes you just gotta not care about your passions and motivation, but be passionate about it, or communicate passionate about it, or associate with an idea of how you can see yourself going about this energy with the sun right there, with that frictiony energy, blending those two waters together. So yeah, that's the local transit and the astrological points for you to follow. Like, comment, share. Go subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on all usernames, _esoteric _soji, or esoteric soji 1, or esoteric soji. And this is your daily forecast. Appreciate y'all. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Venus and Aquarius as well. Venus is compromising and being relatable with your way of associating, with your way of communicating, sharing your associates with others. The ideas that you might want to separate and be unique and original with, you can still share those to be unique and original with someone else, so that they might rebel something to help them get out of a funk that they are in, via that sextile to Venus and that nature, and things that we have set up there, and appreciate you guys. Peace. Catch you on the next one.